Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to talk about Trompowsky Attack. What is it? How to play it? What are some of the main lines in this interesting variation? So we play d4, black plays knight f6, and then we play bishop g5. This is Trompowsky Attack. One of the good things about Trompowsky Attack is that you're avoiding a lot of theory. Like you don't need to learn many lines or many theoretical variations. Also, something good is that after d4, knight f6 is the most popular move, so you can play bishop g5, and this is what we have been analyzing. But also, if they play d5, which is, by the way, is the second most popular move, you can play bishop g5 again, and that's what we call pseudo Trompowsky, and it works pretty well. So this means that basically in almost all your games you're going to be able to play what you are going to learn in this video. So knight f6, bishop g5, and the main line for black is going to be knight e4, but also there are some side lines like e6, d5, or c5 that we should look at. The whole point of bishop g5 is that you might be threatening some bishop takes knight in some positions, damaging black's pawn structure on the king side, and probably you can take advantage of that situation later in the middle game. Well, let's take a look at the sidelines. So e6 first. Here we're going to play e4. Now we are threatening e5. Also, we are taking advantage of the pin, so they cannot capture that pawn on e4. Usually in these positions they can try like a6 or bishop e7, and very often we're going to be trading the bishop for the knight, and we're going to keep the center. And also we will have a very clear and fast development like knight f3, bishop d3 very soon. Sometimes we can even castle queenside after some queen e2 and knight c3 or knight d2. So in general, it's a very easy to play position. We lose the two bishops, but we have the center and we have a very fast development. So the evaluation is going to be between equal or slightly better depending on what happens in the next moves. Well, if they try our lines, for example d5, here we're just going to trade the bishop for the knight. That was our initial idea. So bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, and then we play e3. The idea here is that we are going to play c4 very soon, and observe the central pawn on e is now on f. So now we have a pawn majority in the center. So at some point we will play c4, and if they trade, they lose the center, and if they don't trade, we are going to trade. If they recapture with a piece, again they lose the center, and if they recapture in the center with a pawn, this pawn is going to be isolated. So we will base our middle game strategy on attacking that pawn. There will be ideas like knight c3, knight e2, knight f4. Bishop could come over, for example, here, and the queen over here, or the opposite. And the idea is that we have a very clear middle game plan targeting that isolated pawn. In general, these positions are evaluated like more or less equal, but we can say that the plan for white is very clear and very easy to play. The other line is when they play like c5 directly, and this time we're just going to trade again, bishop takes f6, and after g takes f6, which is the main line, we just play here d5. One more time, the position is more or less equal, but it looks pretty nice for white. After bishop g5, the main line, as I was saying, is going to be knight e4, so let's get into it. Knight e4, we have three options here: bishop f4, bishop h4, and h4 with the pawn. So bishop f4 is going to be the main line, but I want to suggest this line h4 RAPTOR variation is very interesting. I have already covered this line in my channel, and it's a very tricky line. I really suggest it. There are many traps and many dynamic positions, really interesting. And also, as it is a side line, very often black doesn't really study this h4 too much. So I think it's a really nice option. Let's analyze the main line. We play here bishop f4, and usually black is going to play c5. In these positions where we develop the bishop, they try to target the pawn on b2, and also they try to target the center. As the knight is here in a good square, we try to put it away. So we play f3, and usually the main line goes queen a5 check. We need to block with c3. They just go back here. We don't want to lose our central pawn, so we just play here d5, and very often they just target that pawn on b2. In this position, there's a surprising move for white. We can play here bishop c1, and well, surprisingly, we are slightly better, or maybe in some lines even more than just slightly better This is a little surprising because when we analyze the position, we can see that all white pieces are on the first rank. So how is white a little better here? Well, the idea is that there is a lot of energy on white's position. In the next moves, we are playing c4, we are playing e4, we are playing knight c3, so there will be a very clear development, and also white has a lot of space, especially because of this pawn here on d5. So there's a very easy development, a lot of space for white, so we're going to be between slightly and clearly better in this mid game with this surprising bishop c1 in this position. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos about Trompowsky Attack, I have already covered that in my channel. I have many videos with games, examples, and also explaining in more detail how to play it with mid-game plans and a lot of information. It's this video over here. Check it out. I'm sure you will enjoy it and it will help you a lot. Thank you so much, guys. Like, subscribe. See you on the next.